Okay, so this is a how-to on patching a hole in the ceiling. So this is a popcorn ceiling that I'm actually removing all of the popcorn. So what I did was sand around where I need to patch to smooth it out so that when I'm mudding and taping, I'm able to feather it into the ceiling. And while these holes are drying, I'm gonna remove the popcorn of the rest of the ceiling. What you're gonna need for this project is a drill or impact driver or screw gun, whatever you got, a piece of wood for strapping, a piece of sheetrock, some sheetrock screws, some joint compound, a taping knife, and some tape. I really like this Fibofuse stuff. I think it works great for these patch jobs. So first thing I like to do is actually get one of the sheetrock screws, put it right in the middle of the strapping so that when you go to put the strapping in, you have something to hold on to, center it, and then you're able to actually pull down on it as you're fastening it to the sheetrock. You want to sink the sheetrock screws right below the surface of the sheetrock. Let's do this side. Pull out this guy. Next thing you want to do is put on your piece of sheetrock that you're screwing to the strap. Once again, just sink that right below the surface. Now for the other side. Alright, is your joint compound. So you're going to apply a generous amount. Just over and probably about an inch or two on each side of the hole. Oh, there we go. The reason you're applying a generous amount is when you stick the tape to it, you're going to want to push the tape into the mud. So there we go. Is applying the tape. You're going to start at one side, butt them next to each other, and just create a nice surface. And that just goes right over the entire hole. And then the reason I applied the mud so generously, so when you go to, you can really push the tape in. See how this guy, I didn't apply it enough over on this corner. So I'm actually gonna pull that down a little bit. Just apply a little more under there. And next step is just get your joint compound and go over the tape. Once again, apply a generous amount, and then take off the excess. Alright, so now we're going to wait for these holes to dry. And while I'm waiting for those to dry, I'm going to remove the rest of this popcorn. And then apply the second coat of mud over it. Sand it out. If it needs a third coat, we'll put on a third coat. Sand it out again. But that's how you patch a hole in the ceiling. Hope that helps.